Hey everyone, it's Patty from pspapercrafts. Happy 4th of July if you celebrate, if you're here in the US. I hope you're doing something fun, barbecue, pool, whatever, and fireworks tonight. Today is a Friday fun fold that we're going to do, and I'm so glad you're here with me. This is called a corner fold card. There's a lot of different kinds of corner fold cards. So when I put the calendar together, I was like, well, I've made these before. What's different? This is a different one that I've never made before. I got this from Connie Stewart. I saw her video. There's lots of them out there, but that's the one I kind of saw to get the measurements. So it opens up like this. So this is a piece of designer series paper. And the key is to get one that has a nice inside and a nice outside. So isn't that nice? And this is brand new product. And the other card that I'm going to make today is also brand new product. So Stampin' Up! Comes out with online exclusives. I think it's every other month now. So they're not in the catalog, but if you look online, you can search for online exclusives and you can find these products. So this one is called Charming, what is it called? Floral Charming? Let me find out. There's so many names. It is Floral Charm. I was close. And this is the designer series paper, and this is right up my alley. I absolutely love this. This is my July card class. So if you're interested in using this paper, it is gorgeous, and I will be doing my card class using it. So isn't it pretty? I love florals. And I just think you get 2 sheets of each. And this has great, pattern, floral pattern on the front, and then this kind of muted pattern for the back. So it's perfect for this card. So pretty. So that is the designer series paper. And then in the suite, there's the Charming Day stamp set. And then there are dies. And this die, there's a couple of dies that, will cut out your stamped images. So like this will cut out this and this for this and this for this. But then there's this die, these that actually die cut a whole piece and have some like embossing to it. So I use this die to cut this and see all the lines in it and the cutouts and everything. So it's really a nice die set. And then I use these. These are the Charming Shimmered Faceted Dots. So I use these. And then there's also a ribbon that comes with the suite. You can buy the whole suite. You could buy just the paper, the bundle, the ribbon. And this is Petal Pink. I'm not a big Petal Pink fan, I have to tell you. If it's in a paper, I will use it. And I don't know. I don't really go to it for my pinks. But if it's a color in a paper, it works for me. And then on the inside, since I made a happy birthday card, this stamp set didn't have an inside sentiment, so I went with the right words. This has great set of, sentiments. It's got thinking of you, miss you, you are so kind, birthday, sympathy type sentiments. So this is it. So let's put this aside. I'll leave the card out and put all of that on the side. I'm going to use the same sentiment inside and outside because I need a lot of birthday cards in the summer. So we'll put this aside, and then we're going to use the Painterly Pear products. And this is what I'm using for Ann Varillo and I do we usually do a retreat every couple of months. We're doing a stamp camp in August, and these are the products. So if you want, I send in my emails. It's on my Facebook page, so you can get information, or you could just leave me a comment and I'll send you information if you were interested in the stamp camp or my July card class. So this is another set of gorgeous paper. I love the colors, all the greens. So pretty. And this is another one. I love this. This is one of my favorites. This is another one that has a good front, and these you can die cut the pear, the leaves, and the smaller pears with the dies, and we are going to do that today. And then this is kind of nice because you can cut it and use just a corner piece So that's nice. And what else is there? I think I've gone through them all. So yeah, we're going to pull this out because we are going to die cut some pears. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside, and we'll put this aside. And so with this, of course, there's a stamp set, Perfectly Pears. So you can do the outline and then fill it in, and then you can die cut it. And then these are the pears. So we're going to use the pears. I can get it out of here. There we go. We are going to use the open ones. They will die cut the paper. The small one, the big one, the leaves. And then you've got these kind of just different. There's flowers and little flowers. There's a branch. And then this kind of hashtag kind of looking thing. I don't know what to call it. There's a beautiful green and mossy meadow and gold ribbon. And then there are the low profile sparkle dots. And that is all part of this suite. So let's put this aside. And let's get started. So I have my pieces cut. There are quite a few pieces, layers and things like that. You can get that. There's a link below with a project sheet, and that has all the measurements, the instructions, pictures, and all of that. So you don't have to worry about writing them down if you don't want to. And for this card, I'm going to, am I going to do something different? No. Oh, I know I have an extra layer in here, and I'll talk about that when we get there. I knew I did something a little different. So let's put these aside and start with the biggest piece here. So this, when you're doing this, you want to make sure if your cardstock is direct, or your pattern paper is directional. This is going to be 6 3/4 by 8. So you want to make sure that the direction is the right way, and also the inside. So if you had an inside that had direction, you have to make sure it's gonna, you know, not be upside down. So like this kind of was directional, this was not, so that was easy, and this is not directional. So you want to make sure that your 6 3/4 by 8 is cut that way. So let's get our trimmer out, and I found it's better to do this upside down. So this is the inside, and it just seemed easier to me to score it this way. I did it the wrong way on one card. I was doing it on this side, and I went over here, and it was all backwards. So what we want to do is recreate this. So we're going to score this way, and then we're going to fold down on an angle. So I'm going to just keep that open on the side. So we want to score at, you have your 6 3/4 along the top, and then we want to score at 2 3/4. Let me make sure I'm in here. 2 3/4. And we're going to use our scoring blade. And then we're going to score across the top at 2 3/4. Okay. So it's going to be like this square over here, but when you fold it, it will all make sense. So let's put this aside, and let's just burnish these. And this is a little bit tricky, this part, and it depends on your paper, how tricky it is, whether you can see these score lines. Okay, so we want to, what we're going to do is fold it this way, and we want this score line to be even with this, and this score line to be even with this. And you may want to do it front ways or back ways, whatever looks easier. So I see this score line is even, and this score line looks even. Okay, we're going to go with it. We're just going to fold it down and burnish it. Okay, and let's just fold it this way. So now these are going to fold in like this, and this is going to fold down. Okay, So it's just a little bit tricky to get it all lined up, but isn't that pretty? And now we just have to kind of decorate it. Let me just get this center down a little bit better, this inside. Okay, so now we have our layers. So the card base layer is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and that is just going to sit behind this. And this is our, you know, A2 size card that we have here in the US. So let's put this down. I'm going to put the seal. I use Seal Plus. I'm going to put that on this side, and then we'll just lay this down so that there's an equal border all around. And this card base is Secret C, which is in this pattern, and this is the old Petal Pink. So I am using Petal Pink. I just talked about how I didn't really care for it. So on this one, I am going to put this on the inside just to break it up a little bit. I didn't want to put another layer of, I didn't have another color. This color, it's kind of funny. This color is Timid Tiger, and it's such a shade of it. I almost thought it was like Calypso Coral or something else, but the paper says it's Timid Tiger, but it must just be a light shade. So I didn't really want to put that in here. I thought this was enough. It kind of jumped out a little bit too much, but this will work with this paper because it's really got the Petal Pink in there. So we're going to put this down, and then this is my little square for up here, and then this is what we're going to decorate the front with. Before I put this down, though, I am going to stamp the happy birthday again. The inside. I'm doing the to someone worth celebrating every single day. I love that. I think that's such a nice sentiment. And let me get my ink. So I will do the Secret C ink. Turn it the right way. And I always like to stamp before I adhere something down, because if I don't get a good image, I can just flip it over and use the other side once you have it adhered. Now, the other thing, what I saw Connie do was she stamped down here. She had a little die cut or stamp or something, which you could do if you wanted something here. And actually, it'll be less because we're going to put this over here. So if you want to do that, I'm not going to do that. So let's adhere these together. Excuse me. I have a little cough going on here. And we'll put this like this. So the Petal Pink does go good with this Secret C. And then we'll put this. This is a very easy card to make. The hardest thing is getting that last fold done. Okay, so it is very dark, but there is the designer series paper layer, then the pink, then the white. Okay, and then let's do a die cut of the pears. And I will cut it out first. You could do the dark or the light. You could do the two of them. I think I'm going to do the dark with the leaves. So let me get my scissors. And we'll just cut. I like to cut around. If I cut this, you know, in half or something, I lose half the pears. So let's do this, and then I'll get the die. You can even easily fussy cut this out if you didn't have the dies. Let's get the dies out. I still have them open. Okay, so here's the dies. I left them open, and we're going to use this on here, and then the leaves on here. And I think I might run it through 2 separate times because they're kind of close to each other, and I don't want one to crash into the other. So let's put this aside, get out my machine. Okay, and let's put this down. So I have my base plate, my number 2 plate, my bottom cutting plate, and let's put a piece of Post-it tape down just so it doesn't shift. Oops, I'm shifting it with my fingers here. It goes right around. All right, so let's do that. And I like to have my plate up a little bit so that the sandwich going through isn't so thick right from the get-go. Okay, so we can pop out the pear. And I love pears, so I feel like I always say I love everything. Flowers, pears, apples, whatever we're doing. It's one of my things. Put that over there. And then we're going to get the leaves from the branch. Okay. So this is kind of a fall look, I'm thinking. But, you know, as soon as you get into summer, fall stuff comes out, right? And we'll go through the other way. Okay. Sorry, I just hit the camera with my plate. I don't know if you heard that. Okay. So let's take this off. That's trash. We've got our pear and our leaves. Let's put this back. And now we just have to put things together. So I want to stamp on this, but I wanted to see how big the pear is. And I did break up on this. Oh no, I didn't. I did it on another card. I may do the happy birthday separate. Maybe do it this way. I did it on another card where I have the happy and the birthday kind of separate. So let's do that. I'm going to start with, or no, I'm going to do it together because down here is too short. I'm just talking myself through what I'm doing here. And let's do that in the Secret C as well. It's a little bit tight, but it fits. And isn't this a nice happy birthday? I love the script, the font. So let's do this. For some reason, I went over a little bit on both of them. I don't know. All right, let's put this down. We're going to adhere this to the Secret C piece. So this piece is, let me think. This can't be 3 3/4 by 5. No, that's white. Let me measure it. 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Do I have that somewhere? 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. I'm looking at my, oh yeah, I have it on the front. I have it, I have my little cheat sheet there. And then this white is 2 1/2 by 4. So that will fit nicely in here, and then the pear. So let's put these together. See how easy it is? Come on. I've got a piece of fuzz there. Okay. And then let's pop up the pear with dimensionals. Trying to see what I did over here. Oh, that's over here. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I was trying to see if I popped this up. I did not. I'm going to pop up the pear with dimensionals. We'll put one up here, and one here, and here. I'm going to just put it like this. And then I'm only going to put 2 dimensionals. Hopefully they'll fit on here in these leaves. I like to make sure it doesn't show on the other side. And We're almost done. I'm gonna just put it underneath a little bit. I want to make sure it doesn't hit the birthday. And then what we want to do is adhere this down here. We want to make sure it's, you know, centered here. And I'm going to put glue on this piece because I don't want it to, and I'm just going to eyeball it. I don't want this part, this whole bottom part has to be able to move. So you only want to put glue here. So let's just put it here. And I am going to eyeball it. Okay, so we want to make sure top to bottom, left to right, that it's straight and kind of even. Okay. There you go. Let's put some bling on it. So we have these. I haven't even opened them yet. So let me open these up. And I think I'll do the old olive. I think that's what this is. And okay, we'll put one here. And then one here. And a little one here. Okay, so these are the two cards, a corner fold card. So happy birthday, and then another happy birthday. 2 new papers, 2 new sweets. So I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, I didn't put this piece on. Let me put this, let's finish it up. So see, I have this piece here. Let's put this piece on. So this is 2 by 2. Oh, 2 1/4. Yeah, 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. But again, there's a project sheet down below that you can look at to get all the measurements. You can print it out. You can just look at it online. So then this is going to be, I'm going to have it go this way so that when it's open, it looks like that. Okay. And I hope everybody enjoys their 4th of July. Again, I will be doing a stamp camp with Anne in August. Sign up is by July 11th. And that will be on Facebook, and we'll be using this suite. We're going to make a sampler, a card box, treat boxes, cards. It's going to be a lot involved. And that's with this suite. And then my July class is with this suite, and that's 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each that you make. And then let's look at my calendar, see what's coming up for next week. So next week we will be making a buckle fold card. So come back on the 11th and check out that card. All right, thanks for joining. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. All right, take care. Have a good day.